Many of the special effects in modern motion pictures that you assume were done with computer graphics were actually done by a dummy, or a model, or some sort of electronic puppet. There is an emerging field which is giving computer graphics a run for its money in movies. It combines the human touch of hand puppets with electronics. In fact, there's a word for it. They call it puppetronics. It's too bad there is no Academy Award for Best Puppet. Or Best Robot.
This government must be preserved in spite of...
The nominees would be some of the best-known characters in entertainment history. From Walt Disney's giant squid in 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, to Gremlins, The Fly, and Enemy Mine. Even body parts. For example, Tinkerbell's wings in the movie Hook were actually manipulated by the puppet masters at Industrial Light and Magic. These are the wings. They are gossamer, but the mechanical controls and electronics that make them move are the size of a large vacuum cleaner and almost as noisy.
It's driven by the motors, and it moves very slowly because these were shot frame by frame, and they didn't want to see anything moving as quickly as when you speeded up the film.
The people who design and operate these things are not mechanics, though. They are artists. Star Wars characters, Ghostbusters, Red October. The artists and craftsmen here have built them all. Inside a workshop the size of an airplane hangar. Many of the models made here never even appear on camera. They are created as studies to be examined by people who actually will build the puppets, or even by computer animators.
You don't get huge crowds of people and directors and you know, action and elephant stampeding. None of that sort of thing happens here. It's much more the technical and the perfection of things.
Sometimes to get the perfect action, it can take as many as a dozen puppeteers manipulating one character, as these guys are doing with a gremlin created by a special effects company called CWI. The same company has made creatures for other motion pictures, from Gremlins to Arachnophobia, specializing in tiny robotic actuators to make these mechanical monsters act. Their most recent triumph, and one that eluded Puppetronics for many years, is actuators big enough, yet fast and smooth enough to animate a big creature, a really big creature. Much of the action in Jurassic Park relies on the robots, not computer animation. The new technology supplants human-controlled pulleys and pneumatics with computer-controlled hydraulics developed by Vickers, a company that once specialized in industrial robots. The same actuators used in Jurassic Park will soon be used by the most advanced museum and theme park attractions. This one is the largest animated creature ever, a 50-foot-tall Tyrannosaurus Rex.
And he is the fastest. And I think a part of that is we're using state-of-the-art hydraulics. This thing is huge. We're using steel beams, 6 inches diameter for his body. And so it can make those moves, and the thing won't make them and shake.
It wasn't that long ago that audiences were satisfied with the jerky stop-motion photography of, say, King Kong or Godzilla. This technology is going to stomp the both of them. This is a commercial for a theme park in Osaka called Dino Alive. The CWI T-Rex is the centerpiece in a diorama, or is it Dino-rama, that recreates a prehistoric forest. Mr. T prepares to munch on Mama Triceratops while Baby Trike looks on. Notice the lip curl. Puppetronics is changing the face of theme parks and motion pictures. That giant Tyrannosaurus Rex, the world's largest animated creature, can still be seen only at an amusement park in Japan. However, we understand that Steven Spielberg's people are working on a gigantic T-Rex model for Universal Studios in Southern California. Of course, the real pioneer in all of this was Walt Disney, who in the early 1950s began a program to build a robot that you couldn't tell from a human being at 50 feet away. Thus was born the field of audio animatronics.